Hello, welcome again to my channel. My name is Cynthia. In today's tutorial, I want to teach us how I arrive at this beautiful wrapper, illusion wrapper gown you're seeing here. I already have a video on how to cut this illusion wrapper. So if today is your first time of coming to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And then I want to also say thank you very much to all my subscribers and my returning subscribers for always coming back to watch our video. Okay, so last week I made a tutorial on how to cut this beautiful um, illusion wrapper you are seeing right now. Okay, I the cutting was last week and this week is going to be the stitching, so stay tuned and please don't go anywhere. Okay, so this is the bust area. That's the cup side. I'm going to just go ahead and join them together. And so this is it. Now I added interface into my fabric. What I added was a black paper hairstay. Okay, the paper hairstay, the one that looks like hairstay, the paper type was what I added to that cup area. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to get the fabric I'm using. That's the front of the corset. Now I doubled it, okay, because I wanted to make this kind of boning. By the time I join, I'm going to stitch on top to create my boning channel. That was why I had to what double it, okay. And the reason why I doubled this was because my fabric were beaded, they had stone on it, so I had to double it so that I could sew on top. All right, okay, so this is it. So I'm trying to um hold the two fabric together, both the one under and the one on top. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Okay, so I'm trying to hold it together so that when I start joining, I won't find it very difficult. So I'm through with joining, but I also went ahead to add wording, light wording to the first fabric you see, the first plain fabric you saw, okay, at the beginning of this video. So I added light, very light, the lightest wording to it. So right now I'm going to start joining, okay. I'll just join carefully because my fabrics are beaded. I wouldn't want to break my needle and all that. All right, sorry for what's happening on the background. Some of my girls were just watching while I do the joining. We run a fashion school and we have 4 classes as it is right now. And so some of my girls were in front, were just there with me, were trying to see what I was doing. Okay, so now I want to make sure that these parts are equal. Be free to trim, okay. So I'll just trim now. My corset, my cup is not yet ready, but I just want to place it so that you understand what I'm trying to make, so you can see it's not ready. So right now I'm going to grab the fabric I joined, that's the cup area, and then I'll get my foreign cup. Today I'll be using a foreign cup, okay. If you don't know how to cover this, you just continue watching, you see how I did my covering. Sorry for my poor camera, of poor light and all that. I actually did this videoing at the workshop at my office, not in the house. In the house I have a studio. I'm just trying to still set up things in my office, at my place of work, so that when next I'm videoing, you can see. Okay, I'm using a cup size of 40. So before I do that, I'm going to do a bust tie sling on my cup, okay. Don't forget to tighten your bust, all right. It gives it a very cooped effect. You understand what I mean by cooped? That's cupped effect. Okay, so that's why I did that. So once I'm through with it, I'm going to start covering with the red fabric I just joined. So I'm going to grab myself my pin and then I'll start what joining. But there's something you should know before you join. You should fold your fabric into two. Yes, fold into two and get the center of the notch that area. And so that will help us to place our cup. So right now I'm going to bring the center of that where I joined from and place it at that place I just notched so that I could get what the center. Now I'll just gently use my pin to make sure I get a proper what placement of the what of the cup into the fabric. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So right now, I'm just going to sew it. Once I'm through with stitching, and I will trim. Okay. So this is how I cover my cup. I have a video on this. Okay, but I'm sure you can learn from this also. So I decided to do the tutorial from beginning to the end so that you understand it better. Now I'm going to trim off the excesses. I'll do the same thing to the other cup, and then we are going to start joining. So you can see the cup now. It's looking very beautiful, well covered. So just try us. So now I'm going to start joining. I'll start by joining the first part. Okay, I'll just join, but make sure when you're joining, make sure that the center of the cup is touching the center of that, okay, that place you joined, okay, that bodice. Make sure the center of that cup, the place you notched, is touching the center of what the fabric. All right, so if you understand what I mean. Okay, so just sew together. Once I'm through with this part, I'll do the other parts, and then the cup, you just see the finished look of what the fabric. Now I'm trying to remove some beads on the part we are going to sew so that it won't break my needle. All right, so now this is it. You see how it's looking very beautiful, beautifully attached. And now I know you are seeing that excess there. Don't worry about the excess. You're going to trim it off. So I'll just join the second part. So once I'm through with joining this part, you can see how it's looking. So I'm going to top stitch on top of there, okay? Now the reason why you should do that is because it make your work look even more beautiful. And not only that, that's the place, the channel where you attach your, what they calling it again, your wire, okay? Though I'm not using wire, okay, but you should attach your wire that place. So now I'm trying to create a boning channel, okay? That's the reason why I used to fabric on that area. Remember the first plain fabric and the second one, that's this beaded one on top of it. So that's the reason why I used two fabric so that I can just sew on top to create my what, my boning channel. There are different ways of what put in your bonings and all that, okay? You can decide to prepare a strip and join it, and from there you put your bonings and all that. But I decided to do it this way, all right, okay? Because the our fabric already has much design on it, so I wouldn't want to start putting another thing on top. So that's why I had to use that pattern. So right now I'm going to get my boning. I'm using a sewable boning, original boning, okay? If you're passing, please don't allow it to pop up the other side. So I'm going to put all my bonings from the channels I created. Okay, so you can see that's what we are trying to do. So I added about three bonings on the center, and on the side I had also two bonings on the side, making a total of 4 plus 3, that's 7 places on the front part. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to take it to the ironing table to iron with, because I noticed when I was through with inserting my bonings, because of how I kept the bone, it's usually round and all that. I discovered my work was somehow bending and all that. So I will have to take it to the ironing table to do that. All right. So we were done with doing that. So right now I am going to insert my yoke. Okay. So this is the yoke. I have sewn it. So right now I'm going to start inserting the yoke. So I make sure it's well placed. Please place your yoke very well, oh, and make sure you measure well. Sorry I didn't show that part, okay? Now this video is just all about how to sew the illusion wrapper gown. But I'm taking my time to explain all this so that you understand how to do this well, okay? So that's why I had to do from the scratch. Like I told us that this year our classes online are loaded. Okay, we'll give you details and show you everything. All right, anything for you guys. So once we are done with attaching the net, this parts, we are going to do the other part. I was just trying to remove some beads around so I'd be able to what can be able to sew. So this is it. We are through with joining the yoke part. Okay, so I use the skin net. So right now I'm going to try to what trim off my bonings. Okay, so you see I'm trimming them. Okay, the other time I was not able to trim properly because it was coming out on the that place I just added yoke. But right now I'm through with covering there, so that's why I'm trying to trim. I added my lining and I kept that one aside. So I brought the back part. It's going to be loop. We're going to be using rope on the back. So I'm creating my loop channels, okay? So I'm going to add loop to the back side. So I am creating the loop. I went ahead to sew a long strip, and then um, we turned it up, ironed it, and used it to create a water loop. So right now we are joining the loop to the back side. I just need about 7 to 8 of them. Okay, I'm not putting much, and I make sure I leave up to like 1.5 inches, so that because I'm still going to trim the back, and I will need some allowance for joining my lower bodice. All right, so now this is it, and this is the front. I'm trying to finish what's up the front. So this is how I usually do my basque. I'll place it this way, then I'll trim it off. So I'm going to join what the front part. Now we are joining the front part, making sure that the two parts are equal before we join. Once we are through with joining, I'm going to fold it inside out towards to join the lining part, because I wouldn't want my stitch, the rough part to show anywhere. So you see, I'm trying to put it inside, if you understand what I'm saying, so that once I'm through with stitching, you will not see any rough edges. Okay, so once I'm done with this, I'm gonna just turn it out and show you how it's looking. Now from the inside, it's looking beautiful because I had to turn it inside. All right, so this is it. This is the front part, so you can see how it is. And then this is the back part. So you see the back part is not showing anything. It's just looking very neat because all the rough edges are inside. Okay, so once we are done with this, we are going to now go to the back side. Now the reason for this video is the wrapper illusion, and I'm sure that's the reason why you are here. Okay, so let's go to the back part. Now grab your back side. Remember how we cut the two wrappers, okay? One is longer than one, if you remember on our first cutting video. Now we said we are going to pleat because the wrapper is longer than the skirt, so we'll pleat. So I'm trying to pleat one side of the wrapper. I'm actually pleating, I think, the left or the right side of the wrapper. But you should remember that the right side, the wrapper that is coming from the right side um is longer, okay? Then the one coming from the left hand side is shorter. All right, so okay. So now right now I'm trying towards join to pleat my wrappers, okay? And then the beads on this cloth was much, so I was trying to remove the beads so I can see clearly and join what I needed to join. Now I'm through with sewing the the pleats. Now I gave 1/2 inch from what the skirt part, okay? above the skirt part, up of the, as in the skirt, make sure there's 1 inch, or sorry, half inch. So I had to leave half inch. So because that half inch would be like um would be a space where I would join my what, my upper bodice. Okay, so I have pinned. I went ahead to pin the net on the skirt part. You saw what I did there. So the pleated skirt part, I went ahead to pin it. So now I'm trying to stitch it together. Okay, like I tried to explain it while we were cutting. And so if you don't understand what I did there, please go back and watch the video on how to cut cut this particular illusion wrapper. I explained it there very well. So it's the explanation I did there that I just confirmed here. All right, so if you are confused, you can just go ahead, go back and watch it. But I'm still going to explain more before the end of of this video. So stay trying to join that part. So once I'm through with joining this part, I'm going to join the other part. Like I said, there's plenty of beads on this, okay, and stones and all that. So I was just trying to make sure they're out of the way. So okay, so once I'm through with this, so you can see how it's looking. I didn't start it from the down part. You see the space I gave, and that is just it. So this is the upper side. I'm going to start joining the upper bodies towards the lower body. Now, if you look at it, that half inch I gave before I joined the wrapper. So you can see there's a half inch I gave before I started joining that illusion wrapper on the skirt part. Okay, so try and give that half. You can see on that wrapper area, there's a half inch space I gave there. Now, the reason why you should do that is because you don't you wouldn't want your wrapper to look somehow at the back, okay? So I get like half inch so that while I'm stitching, I won't sew on top of the wrapper. So before you start joining your wrapper, make sure you leave like what, half inch. Sorry, I wasn't showing that. I didn't know my camera, my I wasn't really showing. So I'll just turn it up. Yes, I'll turn the wrapper, push the upper bodies inside, and then I will stitch. I'm very sorry, I didn't know that part was not showing. Okay, so sorry about that. And so, but I was just trying to um turn my, as in turn up the wrapper. I was trying to turn it up like I did the first one. Okay. All right. So once we're done with it, so this is it. So you can see now. You can see that the wrapper is in place. You can see it's in place. Okay. So this is it. All right. So this is how it's looking. And then the wrapper, because I pleated it, it's no longer the same length with the fabric because I pleated it. So right now I want to show you how it is. Now look, this is it here. This is a two part. One is longer, one of the wrapper is longer, while the other one is shorter. I want to insert my zip. So I want to show you how we are going to insert your zip. So now you're going to make sure the two of them are equal. Like you can see, the two wrappers are placed equal. While I was cutting, I explained this very well. Now the two wrappers are placed what? Very, very equal. Now I'm going to bring it together and then pin up the place I want to stop the stitch. Leave where the back is going to have opening, so I'm not going to stitch that area. I'll just use my pin to close up the place I want to be closed, okay? And then the place I want to also insert my zipper. All right, so sorry, that is Vera, my girl, trying to serve me the pin. All right, okay, so now I'm trying to hold together so that I will not miss out. All right. Okay, so once I was done with pinning, I'll just grab my zipper, measure it so that I'll know exactly where to put the zip. So that's the zip there. Now I've measured the zip. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to go and close it. So this is it. You can see how it's looking. You can see where the zip is. All right. So I hope you're seeing it. Very good. Why the wrapper is what? Inside. Hope you can see. Okay. So this is it. This is the back part. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just go and join the shoulders, put my sleeve and what, and we close up the clothes. That's all. Just join your shoulders and put your zipper. Sorry, put your sleeve and that's all. So this is it now. Now how to tie the wrapper. Okay. Now I'm going to go in from the right part. I'm going to ask the person holding the right part to come close. Okay, so you see she's coming closer to meet the left part. Okay, the right part, from the right part you come to the one to the left. Now this is the person holding the left part. Now she's going to also take the wrapper to meet what, to meet the front part, but I'm going to show you how to tie this properly. Now, you know, in Igbo land, we tie from, you carry the left inside the right part, and then you bring the right to the left. But we're not tying that way. We're going to tie it like Owambe, like Yoruba, the way Yorubas tie theirs. Okay, so this is how Igbos tie theirs, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to tie this wrapper. So what you do is this. I'm going to grab the other part, that's the right part, the one coming from the right part. That's the longer one. I'll grab that one first. I will give it a nice twist, okay? And I'll drape it. Now I'm going to grab it. See, I've grabbed it now. I'll twist it and also what, drape. But before I do that, I must make sure it's aligned to the waist area, to the side waist. Okay, so I'll drape. So you see how to do it. So now I will drape. Once I finish draping, I'll twist it a little. I'm going to twist it a little. Okay, now I'll twist it and then I'll bring the other part. I'll also what, I'll ask one of them to hold it for me, and then I'll bring the other part. I'll do right the same thing I did in the front. I'll drape also, because you see the wrapper is long. Okay, so you don't want to leave it that way, so I'm going to drape it and also twist. And once I twist and drape, I will now what, tie it together. Okay, so this is how my client is going to wear it. But when she comes, we are going to lose it. When she comes, then we'll teach her how to tie it. Okay, because or you can decide to what, use needle and thread. If your clients come and fit it in and it's okay, you can use needle and thread to what, to hold it together. Okay, that is if she doesn't know how to what, to do it. All right, so what, so right now I'm trying to tie it together, but this is not the finished look. Okay, when my clients come after the fitting, I'm going to what, tie it for her. If she wants me to hold it down with needle and thread, I'll do that for her. But if she wants to tie it by herself on that day, then I'll just show her what to do. So now just tie it this way. So we are going to hide that excess. We're going to hide it inside. Okay, you hide it inside. So you're going to hide it inside very well. So as you can see, we are through with it. See how beautiful she's looking. I know you like it, so just try it. Just try it out. All right, go ahead and try it out. All right, so I'll be wrapping it up here. If today is your first time of coming to this channel, don't forget to subscribe if you've not. Hit the notification bell so you always get notified whenever we upload our video. All right, so I'll just go ahead and give this beautiful clothes some touch. Okay, some touch of elegance. All right, so we're going to just design this a little, put some dyes and to them, to the clothes. Okay, so all right, actually the owner of the clothes, our bride came to fit it in, fit her clothes. They're also going to show it. Okay, all right, so now please just try out the clothes and also share with your soulmate too, so that they can also see what you're enjoying. So now let's see how the clothes came out. And so this is the clothes. This is the dress, the beautiful dress. It's looking so beautiful. Wow, this is so beautiful. So you can see how beautiful she is. Isn't she beautiful? Of course she is. Wow, this is it's so lovely. All right, so this is the view from the back. So beautiful. Okay, so please just try it out, okay? All right, share with your soulmates, comment to the comment section. Wow, subscribe if you've not again, okay? I'm going to see you again on my next class. All right, my name is Cynthia. Bye. And she loved it. She loved it. She was so happy. See ya. Bye.